If you've got a child with ADHD, you probably dread those phone calls or the emails from their school. Those ones that start with, "They can't sit still," "They're disrupting the class," or "Can you please come and pick them up?" Here's the truth. Most kids with ADHD aren't deliberately naughty. They're not broken, but classrooms weren't designed with their brains in mind. So when things fall apart, it's not because you failed as a parent. It's because the system wasn't built for them. The good news, supporting ADHD kids doesn't take a total overhaul. Every improvement matters. Sometimes the smallest, simplest adjustments make the biggest difference. If you're new here, I'm Brendan, a guidance officer who's worked in schools for a long time. I'm also a registered behaviour support practitioner. I work with teachers every day who genuinely want to help, but sometimes they just don't know how, or they don't have the time to focus on figuring it all out because they've got so many students with so many individual needs. In this video, I'm going to show parents how you can become the expert on your child, giving teachers clear, practical strategies that actually work, making their job easier and getting your child the support they need to thrive. Let's be honest, you've probably already tried the sticker charts, the bribes, consequences, or even taking away the Wi-Fi, and none of it magically fixes the school struggles. Your child goes into a classroom that expects sitting still, listening to 5 instructions in a row, sitting quietly, then changing to a completely different subject without missing a beat. For a child with ADHD, it's like being asked to run a marathon in school shoes that are 2 sizes too small. It's exhausting and painful from the start. You're not imagining it. The classroom simply wasn't designed with your child in mind. That's why perfection isn't always the goal. It's progress, one support at a time until school feels doable. Okay, come with me, let's take a walk into a typical classroom together. Imagine it's your child's first day. From the outside, it looks ordinary. But once you step into their shoes, you start to see the traps everywhere. Instruction overload. First, the teacher launches into instructions. Open your maths book, page 42, copy the first 3 questions, get out your ruler, write today's date. By the time your child finds the page, they've lost half the steps. That's not disobedience, that's working memory overload. How to help? A sticky note checklist, instructions on the board, breaking the instructions down into chunks. That tiny change can be the difference between panic and progress. Too much sitting still. Next, it's time to sit. And sit. And sit some more. For an ADHD child, that's like telling a Labrador puppy to stay on the mat when the postie delivers the mail. Impossible. Teachers can help by providing quick movement breaks, a chance to hand out worksheets, a wobble stool. Just 30 seconds of movement could buy up to 10 minutes of focus. Distractibility everywhere. Then comes where they're seating, right by the window, next to the chattiest kid in class. Outside, the lawnmower roars. For your child, that's like trying to meditate at a heavy metal concert. The fix? Seat them closer to the teacher. Reduce clutter and mess around them. Give them a quieter space for tests. Simple placement changes, huge difference. Now so far, these seem like small things, but they stack up fast because the school day rolls on and the demands keep coming. Transitions. Switching from playtime to maths is one of the toughest moments of the day. Imagine being outside, running around with your mates, full of energy. Then, in an instant, you're expected to sit still, open a book, and focus on numbers. For a child with ADHD, that feels like someone grabbing the remote and flicking from their very favourite show straight to the news. Their brain needs more time to catch up, and if autism or anxiety are laid in, sometimes that sudden switch can tip straight into a meltdown. What helps? Countdowns, warnings before transitions, predictable routines. These little signals can give their brain a chance to adjust before the channel changes. Time pressure and slow starts. Now, add in the pressure of time. ADHD kids often take longer to organise their thoughts and to get started. Give them a couple of extra minutes. Scaffold the start. Do the first 2 questions, then check back in with the teacher. And remind them that accuracy matters more than just racing through it just to get it done. Okay, so half the day's done and we've already hit 5 barriers. Are you tired yet? Imagine being your child. Let's keep going. Motivation and rewards. The teacher says, work hard all week and you get free time on Friday. For an ADHD brain, that's like waiting all year for Christmas. The motivation system just doesn't work that way. They need immediate wins, visible progress charts, praise for starting, not just finishing, roles of responsibility that matter today, constant negative feedback. By lunchtime, their name's been called 20 or 30 times, but nearly always for the wrong reason. Stop talking, sit down, focus. Over time, that crushes confidence. Quick positives. Thanks for getting started. Quiet hand signals instead of those public corrections. Those little tweaks build self-belief instead of tearing it down. Peer relationships. Then come the friendships. Impulsivity means blurting things out, interrupting, or missing cues. Friendships fracture. Labels like naughty kid start to stick. Teachers can really help by setting up small group roles, facilitating turn taking, gently coaching those social skills in the moment. And if the academics or friendship issues aren't enough, the emotional side hits even harder. Emotional regulation. For many ADHD kids, the feelings come fast and strong. A broken pencil, a sudden change. It can feel like the end of their world. Teachers can help by using calm corners, regulation tools like zones of regulation, trusted adults who can co-regulate. These don't just calm the storm, they teach self-control over time. Unpredictability and change. And then the day throws a curveball. A relief teacher, a surprise assembly. For most kids, it's just a blip. For an ADHD child, especially one with anxiety, it can feel like the floor just disappeared. The answer? Advance warnings where possible. Visual schedules. Routines that stay predictable. So, now you've seen it. It's not that ADHD kids won't learn, it's that the classroom environment wasn't designed for how their brains work. And the hopeful part? Every one of these adjustments is small, simple, doable. And together, they completely change the school day. As a parent, your power is in being really specific. Teachers, they can't just try 15 different supports all at once, but they can try a few simple adjustments if you make the request really clear. Instead of, my child needs more support, try, could instructions be written on the board as well as spoken? That makes a huge difference for them. Simple, teacher-friendly requests are far more likely to stick. And if you're a teacher watching this, parents aren't trying to criticize. They're usually offering practical tweaks that make your day easier too. Parents know their child. If your child's in distress every day or school feels like a battlefield, it might be time for a more structured plan. That's why I created the Support Me at School plan, an affordable way to capture your child's needs in clear, teacher-friendly language. Parents can hand it straight to the school and start the conversation. And if your child needs deeper, long-term strategies, that's where a detailed behaviour support plan comes in. At the Guided Path, we map out triggers, build skill development strategies, and work with schools to make the environment actually fit your child. It's not about the perfect days, it's about the better days. And when you stack up these small improvements, the school experience can completely change.